By the way, hi, KP Busal. How are you? Oh, looks like you are mute.
Yes.
Your mic.
Hello, and yeah, okay, sir.
Okay.
We are live.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
thank you, and a warm welcome to each and everyone. So this is Phil from Let Us Talk It. So as mentioned, this is like a new session of the Let Us Talk It Zipinar, where, as promised, we will bring you two new topics and two new guest speakers that will share valuable insights and rich experience from their professional careers and from their passion as well into impacting the world with joining us today in sharing free knowledge that they have. So the keyword is free. So make sure to call your network and let them join in. So you learn from other professionals as well and from their personal experiences. So that is the aim of Let Us Talk It, which is initiated by Cogent Integrated Business Solutions. So they're an IT company based in Detroit, Michigan, and they wanted to impact the world. And that's why they initiated a platform for free knowledge sharing and free knowledge exchange as well. All right. So we call this one Zipinar as we try to like zip in two topics in one webinar just to um, lessen the time consumed and maximize the information being shared and the value as well in this session. And today we have two interesting topics that we'll be sharing you and very grateful with the guest speakers who accepted the invites and are very willing to be part of this initiative. And the first topic that we have today is why paid search advertising or pay per click is a viable business growth strategy. So many businesses rely on referrals and organic marketing channels, but these can be slow and unpredictable. So PPC offers a scalable, measurable way to attract high intent customers, providing control over lead generation and business growth. So, to give us this topic is a founder of Your PPC Doctor. Has started a med student but found his true calling in digital marketing, becoming a PPC doctor instead. For the past 15 years, he has been helping brands across various industries as well as charities get the best out of their paid search ads. When he's not in his PPC clinic, he's out running, and right now he's training for the London Marathon this April to raise uh how much is this? 3,000 pounds for Marie Curie at the end of life charity. And we have here none other than um, Mr. Serge Nguyen for the
Y-
first topic. And yeah, let's help me welcome him. Hello, sir. Thank
Okay.
you for coming today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Phil. Hi, everyone. Yeah, thanks for your listener out there. I'm happy to be here. And yeah, thanks for the nice intro. As you've said, I'm Serge, Serge Ngile. Born in Cameroon, I studied medicine for 2 years in Ukraine. I was aiming to become a doctor, but ended up becoming a doctor not to treat people, but yeah, to treat campaigns and making sure my clients are getting the best out of their investment. So what do I do? You introduced the topic of PPC and how to why PPC is a viable solution to attract business growth. And yeah, on that note, what I do basically on a daily basis, I show businesses how to get more clients and generate more visibility online. So that start with a website. That's mean, okay, if you're a business owner, you have a website, you want to drive people on that website. This is basically what I do. A lot of times, I meet businesses owner who feel like they have a good product or a good solution that they could be selling online, but for some reason, they are not having the success they are expecting. And some of them even told me they try Facebook ad, they tried Google ad, but they ended up spending quite a lot of budget for little little result, and I'm seeing some very cautious. They haven't even tried to do something about it. So what I do, it's leveraging on my 15 years experience running data-driven Google Ads and Microsoft Ad um, to craft strategic and help my client have something that translates into meaningful result. Having said that, uh, when you're a business owner and you have a website, so the natural starting point would be the organic part. So to break it down, basically, when you have a website and you want to drive traffic into it, you will have the what is commonly known as a search engine optimization, SEO. So that's the organic part, basically making your website likable by search engine bot to make sure whenever people are searching for the services or the product you are offering, your website come on the top position. That's on Google, but it's the same on Bing, which belong to Microsoft. But Google being the main search engine in the world with more than 80% of the search market, we will talk more about Google, but not only. So once this part is done, the organic part, and this is always what I would recommend to my client when they come to me, I will ask them, do you have a good SEO strategy in place to make sure people are finding you organically? If they don't, I would recommend they start from that point. And once they have the organic part, which is mature and well established, then only they could be thinking of the pay-per-click or paid search marketing. So that's where I would come into play. That's my expertise. And pay-per-click, the clue is in the name. Pay-per-click, that's mean whenever people will be clicking on your ad, you would be paying. And that's why you need to be cautious because yeah, there is really budget on the line. You want to make sure if you pay, that means you are investing. And if you invest, you need to have a good return out of your investment. So what I didn't say, but yeah, this is a good time to say it. It's that the SEO is taking really longer to properly be implemented, depending on when you start. Let's just consider you've just created your website and you are selling services or product online. So chances are you won't be alone. You will be facing competition, websites that has been there for a long while. That's mean naturally they are they are winning the top position. So to be able to challenge them and start improving your ranking on search engines, it will take a few months. So on average, minimum would be 6 months of consistent work to start seeing result. And that's why PPC, on the other hand, it's quite quite speedy, if I can say. So because you will be targeting people high intent. Uh, can can you hear me?
Yes, sir. You are definitely being heard.
Okay, yeah, I was suspicious. I don't know. Is what I'm saying making sense to
Yes, sir.
anyone? Any question at this point? Feel free. If there are questions, anything to be clarified. Uh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Anyone from the attendees would like to ask any questions, you can actually raise your hand or put it in comments or I mean on the chat section. You should be able to place your questions or queries there if you have anything. So I've checked the live, sir. There are no questions so far yet, and so I'm carefully listening as well because that's actually what businesses are working on right now, like having SEO, especially on the rising entrepreneurs, or like the those who are just starting, like coaches, speakers, like they're trying to be visible. So this is something that they could make use of, right?
Sorry, could you say that again? What's the question? The
Like for small entrepreneurs, those who are just like startups. So this would be like a good way of like a good investment for them, for them to have visibility, like more visibility online.
Okay, yeah, yeah, definitely. So, yeah, basically, if you are starting and you have a website, so your number one challenge would be to drive the people to come to your website, right? That will be
Yes.
your challenge. And the best way to do that, you have a, l- yeah, you had quite a few marketing avenue. You could be doing offline marketing, depending on the product or service you are offering. Offline marketing, you could be doing sending, you know, letters, making outdoor marketing. But those days, the digital marketing would really be the best place to start. And for that, you will have, as I've said in my introduction, you will have the organic, which is the SEO part. That means the work you are doing on your website. And that work, uh, I would recommend whenever I'm having consultancy with a business owner looking to create their website, I will really tell them to integrate at the very early stage how they want their website to position on search engine. So what I will typically tell to them would be, if you were to, you need to be able to take 100 keyword by order of importance and classify them against which you want your website to rank when people are searching. If you do that early, that's mean when you build your website with your design and web development team, the content would be reflecting how you want your website to be positioned. And that will help you further down the line with your SEO or organic search. Now, when you're starting, if that part haven't been done, it's still time to really hire a SEO professional to make sure your website is visible online. Because if you are not visible, even though you have the best, the the most beautiful website, it won't really serve you with anything. It will be like having a nice house, in the middle of nowhere, which wouldn't make sense for a business. And once you have that part right, then the next step would be, uh, if you have the budget, need to be a sustained growth. If you have the budget, then you can start investing to get more people coming on the website. And that would be the second part, actually, of what I will be covering. Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Okay. So if it does, now let's say you have your website and you have your organic marketing well in place, uh, which is SEO. Let's simplify and say you have your SEO in place. Then PPC, pay-per-click or paid search marketing, would be complementing, uh, because what is happening actually, with PPC, you would be reaching people actively looking for the services or product you are offering. That's the way it's working. So PPC, to touch base a bit on how all of it is working. Um, when I would meet my work with my client, I will create a campaign for them, looking at their website. So I will look at their website, which product services are they offering, also looking at the competition, and then I will craft a campaign to choose the right keyword, promoting their product, and against those keywords, I would write ad copy, working with their marketing team to make sure compliance is with their marketing offering, their brand guidelines, uh, etc. And once all of that is created within the Google Ads platform, and if it's for Microsoft, it will be Microsoft Ads platform, um, then it will be ready to serve whenever a user online come on one of those search engine. Let's say Google, they are searching for the product, they type a keyword, and then we would be coming on the top. To simplify, there are processes if the ad is having the good quality, but I don't want to go into jargon, yeah, to just, yeah, I want it to be layman, layman uh,
Um, if
English, yeah.
Yes. Sir, if small businesses, for example, like startups are listening right now, like how much do you think they should be able to budget in terms of this kind of service if they were interested in being visible as maybe as fast as possible, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, the good part with PPC is that you can invest from 1p all the way to millions, tens of hundreds of millions a month. So that means there is space for everyone, at least in theory. Uh, However, the way it's working within this platform, it's you need to feed the system with enough data to help the system make informed decision. And that led me to really your question. That's been what I will be doing when speaking with business owner, especially small business owner. I would want to make sure they have enough budget to build up, because the first phase would be to gather enough information, enough data to help the system help you. And for that, you'll need to invest. That means if you're in a position where you have only, I'm taking just a random example, you have only 100, definitely it won't be enough. Depending on the niche, you'll have some niche. I'm working with one of my clients, it's a software company where cost per click are very competitive. So yeah, we are having on average $30 per just for one click. So that means if you have $100 budget per month, you'll at best have 3 clicks. So if you have 3 clicks, how would you rate your chance of converting that user after just 3 clicks? So chances are really very minimal. So on those cases, what I would recommend would be not necessarily to jump onto pay-per-click, because yeah, what would be the yeah, it just that's that's a failure, in advance, because what would happen is after 3 clicks, definitely you won't have a conversion. Between you and me, if you want to buy something, you make a decision today to make a purchase, probably you will visit at least 3, 4 shops, come back, compare their pricing, and eventually you will say, oh, I don't have the budget. And probably you will come back next month to make a decision. So all of that, when you take a website, that's exactly how people are behaving online. They will come, they will see your ad. Probably it will be the first time. They don't know about you. Okay, they might need to compare your offer against the competition to come on your website, do some researches, due diligence, and making sure uh, you are a reliable, supplier for them, and eventually they will make a decision. So all I'm trying to say is uh, really to give a budget. That's part of the work I would be doing. I won't just be giving, a random budget. I will be looking at the website. What are the keyword defining best your offer? What's the competition? What's the benchmark in your in your niche, your industry? What's the average cost per click? once I'm having all of that, taking into account you will need a few clicks before making a conversion, a sales, or generating a lead, then I would be able to say, okay, for your specific niche, this is how much you would need. But as a rule of thumbs, I would say if an advertiser don't have minimum 1K per month and to be able to invest that for at least 6 months, probably it's not worth it. Unless what we were talking, if you are on a strategic move to complement your SEO, you are running an experiment. Let's say you have a new product and you want to test the market. So you want to drive traffic on your website to make sure your offer is on point, have enough people, visiting your website to know if it's functioning well. That will be another story. So that's mean the only thing you need is to have people coming to your website. In that case, you could invest. That's not a problem. But if you are looking to make generate leads, make sales, you need to have, I would say, at least 1,000. If you don't, you will just end up realizing you have invested 2,000 and it's not working. But it's not because PPC is not working. It's just as it is. You need to gather enough information, make informed decision, optimize your campaign, and then also giving time for people to know about your offer. Yeah.
I see. Wow. So that's very interesting. So it's like it's worth note taking. So for those who are wanting to explore this kind of promoting to your business, so this is one thing you can consider or take note. And yeah, you can definitely check search website the PPC doctor for
Your PPC doctor. And there to probably, I don't know, maybe, yeah, my time is over, yeah? Or do I still have a few minutes? Not
yeah.
to,
Do you have to share your website, right, sir?
or with, yeah, we can do that. Yeah,
Yeah, let's run it for a few minutes. We can actually extend.
okay, yeah, just a few minutes. Yeah. Let me share. So if you, yeah, the best piece of advice I always give to business owner, because yeah, I've seen tons of them, they've done the same thing. So they don't want to hire an expert because, and yeah, I'm not blaming them. I understand. It's quite easy to just create a Google Ads account, plug your your credit card, and start having click coming on your website. That's the easy part, but that's not PPC. PPC is really, it's an expertise. Even before creating your keyword, you need to really work out what is the competition, what's the best way to target your audience. That's why you will need an expert to do that for you. Yeah, coming to, yeah, this is my website, yourppcdoctor.com. And the services we are offering, we start with a PPC audit. So if you have an existing account, we will look into it. Uh, I mentioned Google, but Google is the number one search engine, fair enough. But you also have other PPC platform, and especially those days with AI, diversification is really the keyword in this age. So you need to make sure you are across multiple platform. And when it's come to PPC, you have a Microsoft ad, uh, which is serving on Bing, the search engine, which is quite a good platform. Basically, they are achieving lower cost per click. They have a mature audience willing to spend a bit more. So if you want to differentiate, and for smaller company with a small budget, sometimes the best place for them to start won't necessarily be on Google, because Google is the popular one. That means you face a high competition, and high competition just means you will have an inflation over your cost per click. My client I was referring to on the my software client, where the average cost per click is $30 on Google Ad. So the same on Microsoft Ad, it's 10 times lower than that. So that, when you're a small business or an entrepreneur, you want to make sure you invest really wisely. So Bing could be a good place. I work with a lot of charities as well, but yeah. Anyway, I won't take more time into the programmation, but yeah, it was a pleasure being here. If there is any follow-up question, I will be happy to answer them. Yeah,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you so much, Serge, and really appreciate the detailed uh, information that you have shared about this service that business owners might consider definitely checking into. So, yeah, if you wish to explore more, you can actually get in touch with Serge. He's on LinkedIn as well, and you can actually send a connection invite or send him a message there. Um, or you can visit his website, and there are informations on ways to get in touch with him or his team, right? So
Thank you,
thank
Phil.
you so much. Yeah. So
And yeah,
thank you. What a great first topic that we have today. Very interesting. And moving to the second topic that we have today. So here, all right. Okay. Next, second topic that we have today is the five pillars of great leadership. So transforming vision into action for lasting organizational success. And a quick note is that effective leadership is not just about authority, it's about influence, adaptability, and driving meaningful impact. So, great leadership revolves around five key pillars. So, growth mindset, relationship building, execution excellence, agility in decision making, and tracking progress. So, a growth mindset fosters resilience and continuous learning. Strong relationships create trust and collaboration. Execution excellence turns vision into action. Agility enables leaders to navigate uncertainty, and tracking progress ensures accountability and sustained success. So, together with our speaker in this session, we will explore how embracing these five principles can transform leaders into catalysts for growth, innovation, and long term organizational success. And to give this topic is a business coach and corporate trainer and a founder of Five Fingers Consulting, Sir KP Busal, who is also a renowned business coach and corporate training trainer specializing in leadership development, sales excellence, customer service, and corporate culture transformation. So help me welcome Sir KP Busal for the second topic that we have today. Thank you, sir,
Th-
for coming today.
Thank you so much, Phil. Uh, Thank you for having me here, and thank you for your beautiful intro, for beautifully introducing me, myself, and the whole the idea of five pillars of leadership, the great leadership. So thank you so much, and it was a nice presentation as the source presented just recently. So thank you, source as well, and I would like to welcome everyone. Uh, And without any delay, I would just like to continue on what Phil was saying about the great leadership, how it can transform organizations. So, before talking about great leadership, let me briefly talk about me, myself, and my organization, and my vision of creating this leadership principle, this leadership training module into action. So this is KP Busal, locating in Kathmandu, Nepal. I think many of you might have heard about this. This is a small country located between India and China. So from here. And for last 10, 15 years, I have been in corporate training and leadership coaching and business strategy consulting in this field. So during my 10, 15 years of journey in corporate training and business strategy consulting, the most, let's say, the prominent or the uh, after doing a lot of work with a lot of business organizations, a lot of corporate houses, and after involving in a lot of thought leaders sessions and all these things, I thought I tried to narrow down the leadership principles into just 5 pillars. Right, as Phil just rightly told, I'm a founder of Five Fingers Consulting. My company itself is called Five Fingers. So the meaning of five is significant. So most of the training materials contains everything I try to incorporate within 5 points. So here as well, I have narrowed down the leadership principle into 5 key pillars, the key foundations. So uh, it is called the great leadership, right? So the first pillar of the great leadership is the word, you can see the word great. The first letter is the G for the growth. It means when we are trying to be a leader, the first thing comes in our mind, right? So how we think, how is our mindset, how we perceive things, this is the first and the foundational thing. So I kept this the G at the first. So growth mindset. When we are trying to be a leader or when we are trying to define leadership, the first thing should be about how he or she thinks, right? How is the mindset? How is what is going on inside this, inside the 2 years? So this is the most important thing. So when I talk about the growth mindset, it is not just about fixed versus growth mindset. It is larger than this. When we talk about growth mindset, we have to think about the transforming organizational vision into action, right? Taking responsibility. For example, when we open our mindset as a leader, then what we do is we take responsibility, right? We take responsibility for our actions. We take responsibility to turn the organizational vision into action. We adapt to it. So the growth mindset is the first and the foundational thing. And so I call it the leadership of self. When the great leadership starts, the first thing is we have to lead ourselves, right? If we cannot lead ourselves, then how can we lead others? So to lead ourselves, our mindset has to be in the right place. That means we have to think positive. We have to think in a proactive way. We have to take responsibility of our action. We have to align ourselves with organizational vision, and we have to have a mentality of saying, yes, this is possible and I can do it, right? Instead of saying, yeah, this is not possible, I can't do, I'm kind of things. We have to accept the reality. We have to accept the responsibility and say, yes, this is my responsibility and I can do it. Kind of attitude, kind of mindset, kind of mentality has to be there uh, in the first place. So the first is the growth mindset. And when a person has a growth mindset, then the second step I call is the R. The R means the relationship skill. Leadership is all about connecting with, right? Influencing people. So when we try to influence people, when we try to build relationship with others, there's so many things come into play. For example, uh, in relationship building, the foundational thing is how we build trust, right? If you build trust, then you can gain respect. You can build relationship based on that trust. If you don't have that trust, as Stephen R. Covey in his 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, you might have read this. He call it the emotional bank balance, emotional bank account. So, if we have trust, if we are trustworthy person, then the other person can trust us. So, if I have other trustworthiness, the other person can trust me. If I have trust in within me, then I can build relationship. So the relationship has to be rooted in the foundation of trust. And the mutual respect. So this should be the keywords in the building relationship. And when we talk about relationship, we should not forget about the communication skill, because relationship is all about people skill, right? So how we connect with people, how we negotiate with people, how we convince people, how is our uh, the level of trust, how trustworthy we are, how we respect others, and whether I deserve that respect or not. These all things come into play when we talk about relationship. So relationship is not just about building, connecting with people or networking with people. It is rooted in the level of trust, the respect, and mutual and win-win negotiation, right? If I think about win-win negotiation, for example, if I do something with someone, then I have to, the first thing I have to think is whether it is win-win for both party or not. If I always think in a win-win way, then I can build relationship in a natural way. If I don't think in a win-win way, if I think to win myself and to make other loser, then whatever the jargons, whatever the language, whatever the strategy I use, I cannot build relationship rooted in the trust. So to build the relationship that is rooted in trust and mutual respect, we have to think win-win, and we have to deal with people. We have to develop communication skill as well, and all these things come under uh, the title called the relationship. So I call relationship building as a second foundation after the mindset. So first thing is having growth mindset here. Second is relationship. We have to how we use our mouth, how we use our words, how we talk with people, how we communicate with our people, uh, uh, to what extent we give respect to other people during communications. These all things come into play when we talk about relationship. So this is the second level of the great leadership. And the third thing, after G and R, you can definitely say there is E. E for execution. For example, I am a leader. I have a growth mindset. I have a good people skill, but I lack the execution. I can't turn vision into action. If I can't turn the visions into actions, if I can't turn my responsibilities into action, then I'm not a leader. I'm not a great leader. Even though I have growth mindset, I have relationship skill, but I don't have that execution capability. So execution is the third and another foundation, another pillar of leadership. Because unless there is execution, there is nothing. We have to execute that. We have to. I have right mindset and right people skill, but if I can't turn that mindset and skill into action, it doesn't make sense. So execution is all about turning responsibilities into actions, how we manage time, how we delegate people, how we take accountability, how we give responsibility to our team members, how we get things done. This is the crucial aspect of leadership in this execution part. So, how we get things done as a leader, this is important because we are leader. Leader has people, and he has to turn some responsibilities into actions by involving people, right? So the execution is all about strategic leadership. It is also called strategic leadership. It means turning visions, turning ideas, turning these goals into actions. So there is a goal, and I have to turn that goal into actions. It means I have to divide that goal into different roles, different people I have. And after assigning proper roles to different people, I have to get the things done. If I properly can handle this process of executions, then I can say that I am good at execution skill. And execution is one of the pillars of great leadership. So this is the third one. And the fourth one I call is GREA. A for agility. Agility in decision making, agility in change management, agility in crisis handling, and agility in handling difficult situations and difficult circumstances, right? So, as a leader, okay, fine. I do have right mindset. I do have good people skill and good relationship skill. Okay, I can turn vision into actions. I have good execution skill. But if I cannot navigate difficult situations, how can I say myself, how can I call myself a leader? I can't. I have to have the capability, I have to have that agility that to handle difficult situations. For example, it is not necessary that every time everything happens in a smooth way, right? Sometimes there are crises, sometimes there are difficult situations. So to handle that difficult situations in each and every offices, there are managers, there are leaders. In normal situation they don't have to do anything, there are people they do. But when difficult situation arise, when different situation arise, when challenges arise, when happens, that time the leader has to navigate that change. The leader has to properly uh, navigate that situations into a comfortable position. So agility in handling or challenging situations, or adapting to difficult situation changes, is another of the important factor of leadership. You might have felt so many times we assign some leaders to do certain things. They can do things in a normal environment, but if some contingent environment, if some uh, different kind of environment is there, they can't navigate that, they can't handle that. So to handle that difficult situations, we have to have ability to uh, uh, be agile in that situations. So agility is all about how we navigate challenging environments, challenging situations, how we adapt to changes, how we deal with difficult circumstances, how we deal with difficult people themselves, right? So how we handle with difficult emotions in workplace. These all things come into play when we talk about agility. So agility is the fourth pillar of five pillars of great leadership. And the last but not the least is the tracking. T for tracking. When we talk about tracking, it is not just about tracking things. It is about documenting what I have done. For example, I am a leader. I have all four skills, four foundations: GREA, growth mindset, relationship, execution, agility, everything. But if I can't document what I have done, if I can't report what I have done to the seniors, reporting, documentations, paperwork, and all these things come under the tracking. What I have done throughout the day, what I have done throughout the last week, what I have done throughout the month, and what I am going to do next month or next week or next day. I have to be aware of all these things, and I have to document all those things in paper, in our devices, not just in mindset. So tracking is all about documenting, making invisible things visible. Means documentation part, reporting part, analysis, evaluation, and all these things. So um, by combining all these five pillars, I call this the great leadership. So um uh, someone to think ourselves as a leader, I think we have to have so many other skills as well, but foundational skill, we have to have five foundational skills. The first one is, as I called, the growth mindset. Second is about how we build relationship, how we build rapport with other people, how we respect other people, how we communicate. The third is how we turn visions into actions, the execution part. The fourth is the agility part, how we handle and navigate difficult situations. And the last one is how we do documentation of what we have done, how we evaluate what we have done, how we plan our next day and next week and everything. So how organized we are, these things comes in under tracking part. So I think I covered whole the framework of the great leadership uh, 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 in a short but meaningful way. So if any questions about all these things, I will be happy to answer.
All right. Well, very interesting second topic that we have today, definitely. And sir, like how are these elements like applied in the chain of command? Like, you know, because you have the hierarchy of leadership, right? Like you put in like a team lead and then a supervisor and then an operations manager and all sorts. Like, how are these uh aspects being applied in terms of, like, let's say a crisis?
Yeah, this is the foundational, and this can be applied to the people of any levels, right? I'm not just talking about leadership as a positional leader. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
talking about leadership as a personal power, right? So everyone can apply all these things and be a leader, whether he is in a junior position or senior position or whatever the hierarchy or she is in each and wherever the one is. They can apply these things to be a better leader, right? So but if we apply these things properly, we can navigate our career path from bottom to up. I can say that. Uh, but this is the foundational applicable to everyone. So this is not targeted for certain group of people, certain group of people in certain hierarchy. This is generic and applicable for everyone in the organizations from bottom to top.
Mhm. Exactly. So that I agree, sir. Like, it's not necessarily that you have to be in the position as long as you have these elements or this character in you. You can definitely bring your team out of the crisis that you're experiencing. So you don't have to be in the position. So you can be a team member, but have these qualities to implement and share to the team, and yeah, you'll be able to all grow.
Yeah, one thing is for sure that if anyone wants to grow their career into a leadership position, then these are the foundational things uh, we have to adapt. We have to be used to on this. We have to learn these skills, and only then we can navigate the leadership journey faster and more effectively.
Definitely. And do you have questions, Serge, or do you have any additional inputs? Yeah, feel free to interact with KP
Yeah.
if you want to.
Okay, yeah, well done. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you, KP, for the insight. Um, so with what you shared, so let's say someone who is not familiar with the leadership and looking to get started. I know that you gave the first steps, but yeah, to go a bit more, let's say someone in a leadership position, but yeah, looking to really take their, leadership skills to the next level. What's the few pro tips you'll you'll share with them?
I mean, you are talking about the people who are already in the leadership position and they want to own their career path to next level, right? So, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. If someone is in the bottom level or let's say junior level, they can perceive the growth mindset in a certain way, right? But the people who are in the C-suites executive or the top level executives, they can perceive this in a different way or in a more a deeper way. So I would say for basic level, growth mindset is just about adapting growth mindset and being positive in all these things. But when we talk about the senior level people and trying to move upward in the career ladder, it becomes deeper. So growth mindset is not just about, yeah, I can do it. Yes, I am positive kind of things. This is about taking responsibility. I am responsible for this. This is okay. I must. I'm not the owner of the company, but yes, the feeling like a owner. Yes, I own this. I have to do this. This is my responsibility. I have to take this responsibility. Kind of feeling uh, he has to adapt. And in relationship, basically in the top level executives, what we see is they lack proper relationship skill because most of the people are in positional power and they try to show their positional authority. So in relationship, they don't, so many of the top level leaders, they seem like they don't respect their juniors, right? So in relationship, respect is the keyword, building trust is the keyword, right? So whether I am trustworthy or not, I am, for example, I am a CEO of the company. Okay, everyone has to obey what I say, but whether I deserve that trustworthiness, they have to trust me because I have the position. This is not enough. I have to have that trustworthiness. I have to have that inner quality of uh, people trusting me. So these, all these things, they can apply into action. So in execution as well, the execution for junior level person and the execution for top level person is definitely different. A senior junior level person, they can learn like execution means I have to turn my responsibilities into action. Okay, but senior level executive, yeah, I have to devise responsibilities for each and every people under me, and I have to make sure that everyone has done things properly, right? So in personal level, we can say execution is executing my own task. In senior level, execution means turning the whole team's responsibilities into actions in a collective way. So as per the level of, as per the hierarchy of the people, they can perceive these five pillars of leadership in a slightly different way.
Okay, yeah. Thanks for that.
Thank you. Any other questions, please?
All right. And thank you so much, Serge. Thank you for opening up. And oh, all right. Okay. I was about to ask our attendees if they have any question with someone send a chat. So it says here, how can introverts or quiet individuals develop leadership qualities in environments that favor outspoken personalities?
Yeah, this is a very good questions. Every time what I say is when we talk about leadership, people often say that I'm introvert, so I can be a leader kind of attitude I see everywhere. So this is not like that. We don't need to be extrovert to be a leader, right? Even introvert people can be a leader, because right. So communication skill doesn't mean that I have to speak a lot. Listening other people and building trust is also relationship, right? So speaking a lot and making everyone listen is not, is that is not only enough. To be a good leader, we have to have the ability to actively listen other people, understand other people, and build a lasting relationship based on that. We all might have noticed some people who are not so extrovert, who are not so good at people skill, who are not so good at speaking in front of people, but they are very good at leadership, right? They are properly handling people and doing everything right. So sometimes here in my country as well, so many people say, yeah, he has very good public speaking skills, so he can be a leader. But I say, I perceive these things differently. To be a good leader, public speaking is the one plus point, but that is not the only thing we need. That is one thing. And even without that public speaking skill, even without that extrovert personality, we can be good leaders. So we can to excel in right mindset, you don't need to be extrovert, right? Even to execute things, you don't need to be extrovert. To be agile, you don't need to be extrovert. To track and to document what you have done, you don't need to be extrovert. Extrovert and introvert kind of situation just comes into play when we talk about relationship building skill. And even in relationship building skill, we let's say if you are trustworthy and if someone trusts you, imagine two situations. There are two people, right? One people has very good people skill, who very good communication skill. The second one has not so good, right? But the problem is the first one has good speaking communication skill, but you perceive this person not like, you don't trust this person. This person has trust issue, but the second person is there who has not so good communication skill, but you can trust him. He is trustworthy. He has not broken any promises. He has done what he was supposed to do. So in these two situations, who you trust more? You don't trust this one, you trust this one, right? Who has low communication skill, but who can build trust, who can keep promises, right? So we trust this person, second person. So sometimes we also choose introvert person as a leader instead of extrovert, because that introvert person deserves that respect, deserves that trust and everything.
Already. I hope that takes care of that question. And yep, anyone else from the attendees? Feel free to raise your hand or just put in your question on chat. And yeah, Serge has to drop off as something urgent he has to take care of. But
Yeah,
yep,
lastly,
yes.
I think all questions are all mostly covered. So lastly, I would like to say to everyone that let's get connected through socials. I'm available on LinkedIn. You can just search KP Busal in LinkedIn, or you just type KP Busal in Google, and you will find details about myself and my detailed contact information and social media sites as well. And the most importantly, don't forget to visit mykpbusal.com, where you can find more detailed insights about myself. And let's get connected. And in anytime soon, we can spread this the great leadership principle uh, elsewhere as well. So thank you so much for patience, and I hope to get connected with everyone.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. And that's it for the great leadership, transforming the five pillars of great leadership. So such a good topic to tackle. All right. And yeah, anything else for the last part here? No other questions from the attendees. I think that takes care of everything. And anything else you'd like to promote, sir, KP? Are you
Sorry.
working on? Do you have anything else to promote? Like, do you have an upcoming online, let's say, seminars, or uh, you have a book or any
Uh,
services that you're offering?
Working on this, the great leadership book itself, so it will be published maybe in a couple of months next. I'm working on this principle, this into a book, so everything will be through if everyone gets connected through LinkedIn, yeah, everything will be there.
All right. So that's definitely worth the sending of the connection invite because you'll get the information of the release of such a wonderful book, The Great Leadership, that's currently in progress right now. So maybe this within this year, manifesting, you the book will be released, and most of us will be able to see that and acquire probably. So send connection invite on
Lastly,
LinkedIn.
thank you, Phil, for this providing this opportunity to uh, be here. And thank you everyone for nice comments, nice feedbacks, and thank you everyone for your wonderful participations throughout this time. Hope to get connected. Thank you so much.
All right. So that concludes today's Let Us Talk It Zipinar, and we're very grateful and thankful with our guest speakers who are very willing to share their knowledge and expertise in this platform, and hoping to invite you again. So
Thank
next Wednesday, the same time, 12 noon to 1 p.m. Eastern time. If you are free, make sure to take advantage of this free knowledge sharing platform. No need to pay anything, be a speaker, be an attendee. You can just join freely and get wonderful insights from our seasoned guest speakers, just like today. And don't forget to send connection invites to our guest speakers, definitely collaborating or connecting with, reaching out with them is worth the time. All right. So thank you so much, everyone. Take care as always, and we're closing the webinar today. And all the best.
thank you. Bye.